Hello friends, in last video we have actually discussed the importance of communicating English in modern world. आपण जिथे कुठे जातो तिथे आपल्याला भाषेची गरज पडते. दैनंदिन व्यवहारात प्रत्येक ठिकाणी आपल्याला भाषेची गरज पडते. Now there are two ways to express ourselves. One is non-verbal communication and second is verbal communication. Non-verbal communication involves sign language which is very limited, which are having limitations. जेव्हा आपण बोटांनी किंवा शरीराच्या कुठल्या तरी भागांनी बोलण्याचा प्रयत्न करतो तर अतिशय साध्या आयडियाज आपण त्याच्यात एक्सप्रेस करू शकतो. पण थोडीशी कॉम्प्लेक्स आयडिया, एखादा कठीण विचार जर आपल्याला सांगायचा असेल, तसं आपल्याला तहान लागली की आपण फक्त असं अंगठा तोंडाजवळ नेलं की पटकन पाणी पाहिजे मला हे लक्षात येते, किंवा भूक लागली म्हटलं की लक्षात येते फक्त ही खूण भूक लागली ही पुरेशी आहे. पण अनेक गोष्टी अशा असतात, आपल्या मनात अनेक विचार असे येत असतात की जे व्यक्त करण्याकरता आपल्याला शब्दांची गरज पडते आणि शब्दांची विशिष्ट रचना झाल्याशिवाय आपला अर्थ, आपल्याला जे बोलायचं आहे ते समोरच्यापर्यंत पोहोचत नाही. आणि म्हणून टू एक्सप्रेस अवरसेल्व्स व्हेरी क्लिअरली दॅट मस्ट बी अंडरस्टूड बाय द लिसनर. व्हॉट इज द पर्पज ऑफ कम्युनिकेशन? वॉट एव्हर द थिंग्स आय वॉन्ट टू एक्सप्रेस, may it be my need, may it be my thought, may it be an emotion, may it be a story, may it be whatever I have to express, I need to be very particular in choice of the words. Then and then only the listener will understand what do you exact want to share. जोपर्यंत आपण शब्दांची योग्य निवड करत नाही, चपकल शब्द वापरत नाही, तोपर्यंत समोरच्याला हे कळणार नाही की तुम्हाला नेमकं काय पाहिजे. आणि जेव्हा आपल्याला काहीतरी बोलायचं असते, काहीतरी पाहिजे असते, काहीतरी सांगायचं असते, त्यावेळी लँग्वेज ही आपल्याला मदत करते. आजच्या जगात प्रत्येक क्षणाला, सिन्स यू जॉईन नर्सरी क्लास, आयुष्यातलं शिक्षणाचं पहिलं वर्ष, वयाचे 3 वर्षाचे असताना आपण जेव्हा नर्सरीला जातो तिथपासून we are surrounded by the people. Before that you are surrounded by family, but once you enter into the school you are surrounded by people from different walks of life and having different social background. When we have to deal with such people, we need to express ourselves very clearly, and for that purpose language is an important tool that helps you to survive, that helps you to live very wisely and nicely. नोकरी असो, व्यवसाय असो, स्वतःचा उद्योगधंदे असो, इंडस्ट्रीज असो, व्हॉटएव्हर ज्या फील्डमध्ये आपण जाणार आहोत पुढे जाऊन, त्या फील्डमध्ये कम्युनिकेशनला पर्याय नाही. अँड फॉर दॅट पर्पज वी हॅव टू डेव्हलप द हॅबिट ऑफ स्पीकिंग इफेक्टिव्ह. ना, हाऊ टू स्पीक इफेक्टिव्हली याचा अर्थ आपल्याला बोलता येत नाही असं आहे का? निश्चित नाही. आपण ज्या कुठल्या वर्गात आहोत त्या वर्गापर्यंत, त्या प्रोफेशनपर्यंत, त्या जॉबपर्यंत, ॲज यू आर ग्रोन अप नाव, यू हॅव ॲबिलिटी टू स्पीक. यू हॅव ॲबिलिटी टू स्पीक. बोलण्याची क्षमता सगळ्यांकडे आहे. आणि आज आपण 10वी झालो असो, 12वी झालो असो, कोणी बँकेत असेल, कोणी शिक्षक असेल, आपण निश्चितपणे बोलू शकतो. पण प्रत्येक सिच्युएशन बदलली की बोलण्याची भाषाशैली बदलावं लागते. व्हेन यू आर डिस्कसिंग समथिंग विथ युअर फ्रेंड, युअर लँग्वेज विल बी व्हेरी कॉमन, व्हेरी सिम्पल लँग्वेज, अ कॅज्युअल टोन. बट व्हेन यू आर डिस्कसिंग विथ सम ऑफिसर, विथ युअर बॉस, or with some renowned person, some respected person in the society, you cannot have that casual approach in the tone. मित्राशी बोलतानाची भाषा वेगळी आहे, आईवडिलांशी बोलतानाची भाषा वेगळी आहे, घरात बोलतानाची भाषा वेगळी आहे, समाजात बरोबरीच्याशी बोलतानाची भाषा वेगळी आहे, समाजात आपल्यापेक्षा वयाने, हुद्द्याने लहान असणाऱ्याशी बोलण्याची भाषा वेगळी आहे, आपल्यापेक्षा मोठे असणाऱ्याची भाषा वेगळी आहे. जेव्हा भाषा तीच आहे, the same language, same words, but we need to change something. Some changes are needed, and for that purpose we need to understand the basics of English language. How to form a sentence? What are the ingredients of a sentence? ही एक वाक्य बनवण्याकरता काय काय लागते. जर आपण साधा विचार केला तर वर्गात आपण शिक्षकांना विचारतो, मे आय गो आउट सर? सर म्हणतात गो. दिस गो इज अ कंप्लीट सेंटेन्स, कारण इथे फुल स्टॉप आहे. गो हा एकच शब्द आहे जो पूर्ण अर्थ व्यक्त करून, मे आय कम इन सर? येस. येस म्हटलं की तुम्हाला वर्गात यायला सरांनी परवानगी दिलेली आहे, हा पूर्ण अर्थ या एका शब्दात होतो. पण जेव्हा मला सांगायचं असते की वर्ल्ड कपच्या फायनल मॅचमध्ये विराट कोहलीनी इडन गार्डन्सवर या टीम विरुद्ध सेंचुरी मारली, याच्याकरता मला शब्दांचे विविध प्रकार वापरावे लागतात. विराट कोहलीनी वर्ल्ड कपच्या शेवटच्या मॅच फायनल मॅचमध्ये या टीम विरुद्ध सेंचुरी मारली, हे जेव्हा मला सांगायचं असते तेव्हा हा एक शब्द इज नॉट सफिशियंट. देन आय नीड टू राईट और एक्सप्रेस इट इनटू अ कंप्लीट सेंटेन्स दॅट इन्क्लूड्स सब्जेक्ट अँड प्रेडिकेट. तर आपल्याला पहिले हे कळलं पाहिजे की सब्जेक्ट म्हणजे काय आणि प्रेडिकेट म्हणजे. देन वी नीड सब्जेक्ट, वर्ब, ऑब्जेक्ट अँड मेनी अदर थिंग्स विच आर द पार्ट ऑफ प्रेडिकेट. एखादा बेबी असतो 3-4-5 महिन्यात, आपण प्रवासात जातो, विचार करा आपल्या बसमध्ये सीटच्या बाजूला एक क्यूट बेबी बसला आहे, तर आपण सो क्यूट म्हणून त्याला लाड करतो त्याची. आपल्याला तो बेबी एकदम असा अपिलिंग असतो, खूप छान असतो सर, अवखळ हास्य असते चेहऱ्यावर निरागस, आपल्याला तो बेबी आवडून जातो, तर आपण सो क्यूट म्हणतो. तेव्हा सो क्यूट हा जो भाग आहे दॅट सो एक्सप्रेसेस व्हेरी. मग जेव्हा तुम्ही बोलता सो क्यूट, तर त्या सोवर असा आपल्याला भर देता आला पाहिजे की जेणेकरून दॅट्स सो इज जस्ट अ रिप्लेसमेंट फॉर व्हेरी. मग व्हेरीचा किंवा सोचा वाक्यात नेमका उपयोग काय आहे, त्याचा रोल काय आहे, हे सुद्धा आपल्याला कळलं पाहिजे. अँड फॉर दॅट पर्पज वी नीड टू अंडरस्टँड सम बेसिक्स ऑफ द ग्रामर. आपण पहिल्या व्हिडिओत म्हटल्याप्रमाणे वी आर नॉट गोइंग टू फोकस मोर ऑन ग्रामर, we are going to focus more on practical utility of grammar. But before going for practical utility, we must have an introduction with the parts of speech and some part of grammar. As many of us have done their education from English medium schools, and in English medium schools, the grammar begins with standard first. In standard second, next part of grammar is added. In standard third, next part is added. By standard 10, we forget what have we learned in standard first and second. मग आपल्याला ॲक्टिव्ह व्हॉइस पॅसिव्ह व्हॉइस करता येतो. आपल्याला क्वेश्चन टॅग आणि इंट्रोगेटिव्ह सेंटेन्समध्ये फरक कळायला लागतो. पण व्हॉट इज ॲडजेक्टिव्ह, व्हॉट इज द पर्पज ऑफ ॲडवर्ब इन द सेंटेन्स, व्हॉट इज द एक्झॅक्ट डेफिनेशन ऑफ ॲडवर्ब, हे सगळं आपण विसरून जातो. आणि नवीन सिलेबस जर आपण बघितला असेल, वी आर नॉट स्पीकिंग अबाउट ओनली स्पोकन इंग्लिश, इट विल बी युजफुल इवन फॉर युअर एक्झाम्स. कारण नवीन पॅटर्न जे आहेत त्याच्यामध्ये फक्त 20 मार्क्स आर गिवन फॉर टेक्स्ट बुक, रिमेनिंग 60 मार्क्स आर बेस्ड ऑन युअर लँग्वेज कॉम्पिटन्सी. तुम्ही लँग्वेजमध्ये किती कॉम्पिटंट आहात याच्यावर तुमचा इंग्लिशचा 60 मार्क्सचा पेपर अवलंबून असतो. म्हणजे 80 पैकी फक्त 25 मार्क्स आर बेस्ड ऑन युअर टेक्स्ट बुक, what have you learned in a particular class standard 9 or 10. बाकी 60 मार्क्स जे आहेत, मी 75% ऑफ द पेपर दॅट डिपेंड्स अपॉन व्हॉट एव्हर यू हॅव लर्न फ्रॉम स्टँडर्ड 1 टू स्टँडर्ड 10. वर्ग 1 ते वर्ग 10 आपण काय काय जे शिकलो असेल त्या सगळ्याचं प्रॅक्टिकल ॲप्लिकेशन आपल्याला तिथे करावं लागते. आणि म्हणून ग्रामरचा जो सुरुवातीचा भाग आहे अतिशय बेसिक ग्रामर आहे. वी विल जस्ट रिवाइज इट फॉर द क्लिअर अंडरस्टँडिंग ऑफ दोज कन्सेप्ट्स. आणि मग आपण स्पोकनकडे वळूया. तर पुढचे काही दिवस बेसिक ग्रामर होईपर्यंत आपण ग्रामरवर भर देऊ. अँड देन वी विल स्विच टू प्रॅक्टिकल स्पोकन इंग्लिश. सो लेट अस begin with the very basics of the grammar, that is parts of speech. As we all know, there are 8 parts of speech, and I am very sure that you can name those all 8 parts of speech. There is a possibility that there may be some confusion in the exact purpose or role of that part of speech in the sentence. So let us begin with first. We are not going to have technical definitions. We will just recall all these things in short. Name, when I say this is a pen, so I have a concrete image of an object. What is pen? When I ask someone to get me a pen, he will not bring chair, he will not bring fan, or he will not bring tube light, because we know an object having this shape that illuminates the light is called as tube light. An object used to sit is called a chair. An object used to write is called as pen or pencil. We can differentiate between pen and pencil also, because we know that this thing is named as this thing. So what is noun? Noun is name given to anything. Suppose I am roaming in the streets and I have seen a horse. I never call it cow, I never call it buffalo, because I know this kind of animal having such kind of looks is named as horse. की अशा स्ट्रक्चर असलेला जो प्राणी आहे त्याला घोडा म्हणतात, त्याला हॉर्स म्हणतात, हे मला माहित आहे. मी घोड्याला गाय नाही म्हणणार, मी पक्षाला पक्षीच म्हणेल, त्याला प्राणी नाही म्हणणार, बिकॉज आय नो व्हॉट इज डिफरन्स बिटवीन ॲनिमल्स अँड बर्ड्स. सो नेम गिवन टू एनिथिंग, इट मे बी अ पर्सन, it may be a place, it may be an animal, it may be anything. There are millions of stars in the sky, but we can show the pole star. लाखो तारे असताना, अगणित तारे असताना आपण उत्तरेकडचा पोल स्टार, ज्याला मराठीत ध्रुव तारा म्हणतो, तो सहज दाखवू शकतो, क्योंकि हमें पता है कि व्हाट इज पोल स्टार. सो अ पर्टिक्युलर स्टार इज गिवन अ नेम. So there are 3 types of nouns. First is proper noun. What is proper noun? Proper noun is a noun or a name given to particular thing, like World Cup final will be played at Wankhede Stadium, Mumbai. So whatever the area in Mumbai is, मुंबईमध्ये शेकडो स्टेडियम्स आहे असं समजू आपण, पण आपला मॅच जी होणार आहे ती होणार आहे वानखेडे स्टेडियमवर. सो वी आर व्हेरी शुअर वेअर द वानखेडे स्टेडियम इज. विराट कोहली अँड रोहित शर्मा विल बी द ओपनर्स फॉर इंडिया इन कमिंग वर्ल्ड कप. 5 तारखेपासून जो वर्ल्ड कप सुरू होत आहे, इन कमिंग वर्ल्ड कप, if I tell you कि Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma are going to open the Indian batting, they are the openers. So when I say Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma, automatically their faces come in our mind. Yes, this is Virat Kohli, this is Rohit Sharma. This is called as proper noun, name given to a particular person. You may have a pet dog, you may have a pet cat, and as a fashion nowadays, every dog, a pet dog is given some modern name, like Tommy, like Tipu, maybe anything. So when you call it as Tommy, you are addressing a particular dog. There may be many dogs in your area, but you are speaking to or about a particular dog named as Tommy. एका विशिष्ट प्राण्याला, व्यक्तीला दिलेले जे नाव आहे, that is called as proper noun. Second is common noun. What is common noun? When I ask you to give me a pen, there are number of companies who are producing pens. So pen is a category. Getting my point? Pen is a category. When I go to some ready-made shop and I ask the shopkeeper to show me t-shirt. So t-shirt is a particular category. There is difference between shirt and t-shirt. When I ask for a t-shirt, he will not show me shirt. So it is a common noun that is used for the things which are in common. In my college, there are 100 students in my class, out of which 35 are girls, 65 are boys. मी ज्या वर्गात जातो कॉलेजमध्ये त्यात 100 विद्यार्थी आहेत, पैकी 35 मुली आहेत आणि 65 मुलं आहेत. So I have categorized the class into two. One is boys, common noun, the group of boys. One is group of girls. So it is common noun. I have not mentioned the name of anyone, whether it is Raju or Ram or Sham or Sangeeta. No one. I have not mentioned. If you mention the name, it becomes proper noun. When you mention a name, Raju is my best friend. Ram is very studious student in our class. अतिशय अभ्यासू मुलगा राम नावाचा मुलगा आमच्या वर्गात जो आहे तो अतिशय अभ्यासू आहे. So we are speaking about a particular person named Ram. But when I am telling you there are boys and girls in my class, there are 35 girls and 65 boys. So I am not speaking about any person, I am telling you about group. And third one is collective noun. What is collective noun? Most of the times we have seen the birds fly and they fly in a group. Birds fly in a group. So the group of birds is called as flock. The group of birds is called as flock. So flock shows that there are number of birds who are flying. Okay. India will play against Pakistan on this and this day for World Cup. So it is not India that is playing, it is not Pakistan that is playing, it is the team. A team representing India in a particular sports called as cricket. Had it been a match of chess, the chess match asti, buddhibalachi match asti, one person will represent your country. But when it is a match of cricket, we need 11 people, 11 players to play the match. So we say Indian team won the World Cup. Indian team left for World Cup. Indian team will play against Pakistan. So it is understood that Indian team will play against a team of Pakistan. So this is all about noun. I repeat, noun is a name given to anything. Broadly, it can be categorized into three types. One is proper noun, noun, a name given to a particular person, animal, thing, whatever. Common noun, bring the chair. Suppose I have some guest and I ask my son to get chair. So it may be a fiber chair, it may be a wooden chair, it may be a metal chair, it may be any kind of chair. Chair is a category. I am not specified to bring that fiber chair only or wooden chair only. So chair is a kind of object having a particular structure. So chair can be made up of anything, but it comes under the category that is called as common noun. And third is collective noun, when you are speaking about the group of something, like flock of birds, team of players. So this is all about noun. Hope this is very clear to you people. Now we will turn to next point, that is pronoun. Now we have seen what is noun, and I am very sure that it is now clear to you. You all recollected those childhood days when your teacher used to teach you noun, 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 noun. Pronoun is a word used in place of noun. Word used in place of noun. Why do we need to change noun? What is the purpose of pronoun? Sachin Tendulkar is my favorite cricket player. So when I have to speak about Sachin Tendulkar, I will say Sachin is a great player. Sachin is an opening batsman. Sachin started his career as a middle order batsman. Sachin started his career against this country in this year. Sachin is a kind of all-rounder who was a good off-spinner also. Sachin was a good fielder. Sachin had scored 100 centuries. Sachin has scored this much centuries in one day. Sachin had scored this much centuries in test. Sachin is the first player to score 200 in 50 overs limited over match. Sachin is a great human being. Sachin is very humble. Sachin is down to earth, and Sachin is awarded with highest civilian Indian award, that is Bharat Ratna. While speaking these sentences, at least 10 times I have used the name Sachin. So after some time, this repetition seems to be irritating. थोड्या वेळानंतर तो कंटाळा लागतेच ते सचिन 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 सचिन. So when we have to introduce the player, Sachin is an Indian cricket player. He is good batsman. He is the opening batsman. He is man of the match. He is man of the series. He is Bharat Ratna. He is Padma Shri. Whatever you want to speak. So I have replaced name Sachin with pronoun he. I have replaced the name Sachin with pronoun he. If it is about Smriti Mandhana, a well-known woman cricketer, so it can be she. So pronoun is a word that is used in place of noun to avoid repetition of the noun. Pronoun is a word used in place of noun to avoid repetition. Hope this is clear. Now we will see how many pronouns are used in English. Now we use pronouns like this. First person. What is first person? The person who is speaking. Person who is speaking is first person. The singular pronoun used for first person is I. I am a teacher. A doctor may say, I am a doctor. I am a dentist. I am an engineer. I, the person, mind it well. First person means the person who is speaking. द प्लुरल ऑफ फर्स्ट पर्सन इज वी. वी आर गुड फ्रेंड्स. आपण दोघे अतिशय जवळचे मित्र आहोत. वी एकापेक्षा जास्त आहे. सिंग्युलर वन पर्सन, प्लुरल मोर दॅन वन. So first person who is speaking, singular is I, plural is we. Then come to second person. What is second person? First person is the speaker who is speaking. Second person is the person to whom you are speaking. मी कोणाशी बोलतोय? मी तुमच्याशी बोलतोय. मी तुमच्याशी बोलतोय. समजा मी प्रश्न विचारला, तुमच्यापैकी कोणी हात वर केला, आय विल आस्क यू, यू जस्ट प्लीज टेल द आन्सर. यू म्हणजे द लिसनर. फर्स्ट पर्सन इज द स्पीकर, सेकंड पर्सन इज द लिसनर. नाउ सिंग्युलर इज यू, प्लुरल इज ऑल्सो यू. क्लियर? देन कमिंग टू third person. Third person means about whom you are speaking. Since beginning, I have been speaking about Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma and Sachin Tendulkar. So I am not speaking to them. I am not speaking to Sachin. I am not speaking to Virat. I am speaking to you because you are the listener. You are second person. I am speaking. I am the first person. I am telling you something about Sachin Tendulkar. I am telling you something about Virat Kohli. So he, if it is masculine gender, if I am speaking to you about any actress, any lady writer, maybe any Indian cricketer, woman cricketer like Smriti Mandhana and Harmanpreet Kaur, maybe anyone. So being feminine gender, we have to use she. And third is it. So when it is used for neutral gender or when the gender is not known. If you have seen the babies, 3 महीने का, 4 महीने का, 5 महीने का अगर बच्चा देखा दूर से, तो लड़का है कि लड़की है पता नहीं चलता. So we are not sure if हमने एक एनिमल देखा है, तो whether it is मेल और फीमेल. एक टाइगर हम गए टाइगर रिजर्व में तो सफारी के लिए, एंड वी हैव सीन अ टाइगर. सो वी आर नॉट श्योर अबाउट वेदर दैट एनिमल दैट आई हैव सीन इज अ टाइगर और अ टाइग्रेस. सो व्हेन आई एम नॉट श्योर अबाउट द जेंडर वी यूज इट. एंड व्हेन यू आर स्पीकिंग अबाउट एनिमल्स और थिंग्स, ऑब्जेक्ट्स, क्योंकि ऑब्जेक्ट का कोई जेंडर नहीं होता, तो it is my pen, it is my book. Okay, so this is it. And when we have to speak about one, more than one, we have to use they. So I think it's very clear now. Pronoun is a word used in place of noun to avoid repetition. There are 3 persons. First person, one who is speaking, singular is I, plural is we. Second person, the person to whom you are speaking, singular is you and plural is also you. Third person, about whom you are speaking, depends upon gender. If it is masculine gender, then it is he. If it is feminine gender, then it is she. And if it is neuter gender, then it is it. And for plural, we have to use they. So this is all about pronoun. Coming down to third part of speech, verb. You can have a sentence without noun. You can have a sentence without pronoun, but you cannot complete a sentence without verb. Verb is the heart of sentence. The changes in verb changes the situation in the sentence. Verb plays most important role in any language because everything depends upon verb. आपको सेंटेंस में ना नाउन बदलना है ना प्रोनाउन बदलना है. इफ यू हैव टू मेक एक्टिव वॉइस, if you have to change active voice to passive voice, or if you have to change from direct narration to indirect narration, wherever you want to make changes, you have to make changes in verb itself. So verb plays very important role in any sentence in any language. Okay, so what is verb? Verb is a word that shows, that denotes action. Not necessarily that the action must be in progress. That we will learn while discussing tenses. Now I am speaking to you. I am writing on board. I am speaking. I am speaking. You are sitting quiet at your places. You are sitting quiet at your places, but you are listening. So you are doing the action of listening. I can see the boys playing in the ground. A person riding his bike. Some person driving his car. Some hawker is selling some fruits in the streets. So he is selling. Someone is running. So run, sleep, eat, play, whatever the action we are performing, speak, listen, whatever the action we are performing, the word that shows the action is called as verb. Now there are types of verbs that we will discuss when we have to discuss voices. Okay. So verb, basically there are two major parts of verb. One is main verb and another is called as helping verb or auxiliary. Main verb and second is auxiliaries. So we will discuss it in next topic. Till then, verb is a word that denotes action. The only wrong sentence using verb is that you can never say I am sleeping. You can say my friend is sleeping, my father is sleeping, my mother is sleeping, my brother is sleeping. But no one can say I am sleeping, because if you are sleeping, then you cannot speak. When you can answer the question, it means that you are not sleeping. So only wrong use of verb is I am sleeping. Otherwise, you can have three forms of verb that we will discuss at the time of tenses. Hope this is clear. Clear? Now coming to next part of speech. Adjective is a word that tells something more about the noun. Noun we have seen. Noun is name given to something. Adjective is a word that gives more information about noun. So in this sentence, if we remember, flower is a common noun. Flower is a common noun. Any kind of flower, we can say maybe rose, maybe anything else. How is the flower? I have told this is a flower. This is a flower. That flower is tender. Tender, very delicate. अतिशय नाजूक असं सुंदर गुलाबाचं फूल आपण पाहिलं. I have seen a flower. That flower is very tender. Tender. त्या फ्लॉवर बद्दल आपल्याला माहिती सांगते. This book is this book is informative. खरं पुस्तक मी वाचलंय, तुम्ही वाचलंय, तुम्ही मला सांगताय की सर खूपच उपयोगी पुस्तक आहे शाळेच्या विद्यार्थ्यांकरता, कॉलेजच्या विद्यार्थ्यांकरता. हाऊ टू स्टडी, हाऊ टू डेव्हलप युअर मेमरी, अशासारखं एखादं पुस्तक असेल. तर दिस बुक इज इन्फॉर्मेटिव्ह. म्हणजे ते बुक कसं आहे, इट्स नॉट कॉमेडी, इट्स नॉट टाइमपास, इट्स नॉट नॉवेल, इट्स नॉट पोएट्री. इट इज व्हेरी युजफुल बुक. इट इज इन्फॉर्मेटिव्ह. The baby, noun, adjective. How is the baby? The baby is cute. How is the baby? The baby is cute. The flower is tender. The flower is tender. So tenderness tells us or gives us more information about the flower. The book is informative. So this word informative tells us more about the book. The baby is cute. The baby is cute. So cute words gives us more information about the baby. So adjective is a word that gives us more information about noun. The word जो नाउन के बारे में हमें ज़्यादा अधिक जानकारी देता है उसे हम बोलते हैं adjective. Hope this is clear. Now going to next part of speech. Now here, if I say the man is old, then old will become adjective. But I have written the old man walks. So walks is verb in this sentence. Walks is verb. एक बूढ़ा आदमी हमने रास्ते पे देखा है जो चल रहा है. And because of old age, he cannot walk like you people because you are young. एक म्हातारा माणूस रस्त्याने चाललाय. कसा चाललाय? He walks slowly. Now slowly is a word that gives more information about verb. Slowly is a word that gives more information about verb. Okay. Surya Kumar Yadav you know the person? Hope everyone knows this person, a well-known cricketer. Surya Kumar Yadav played in last match. Played is a verb in past tense. कैसा खेला? T20 IPL हो गई भी. 20 बॉल में 40 रन, 20 बॉल में 50 रन, 30 बॉल में 70 रन. सूर्य कुमार played aggressively. नो aggressively जब हम बोलते हैं तो हमें पता चलता है द वे ही प्लेड. वो कैसा खेला उसने, ये हमें कब पता चलता है? बिकॉज ऑफ दिस वर्ड. वेदर ही प्लेड स्लोली और एग्रेसिवली. aggressively. Baseball में 40 run with a strike rate of 200. He played very aggressively. So aggressively becomes an adverb. Clear? So adverb is a word that gives more information about verb. Adverb is a word that gives more information about verb. Hope this is clear. Now, and this is what we have learned in school days. In school days, what we have learned is adverb is a word that gives more information about verb. But this is not complete definition of adverb. अब ये बूढ़ा आदमी चल रहा है, he is 90 plus, स्लोली नहीं, बहुत धीरे से चल रहा है. He walks very slowly. The baby is so cute. It may be very cute, so or very, you can use anything. Now, no one had taught you the exact role of this word, as it gives more information about cuteness of the baby. Cuteness, cute is an adjective, we know. The baby is cute. The baby is cute, okay. Cute है बच्चा. So cute. The baby is so cute. So joy, very. The old man walks very slowly. The old man walks slowly. Slowly is an adverb. Old man walks. The old man walks very slowly. So very is also an adverb that gives more information about another adverb. So adverb is a word that gives more information about verb, about adjective, or another adverb in the sentence. Now this is the clear information, this is the clear definition of adverb. Adverb is a word that gives more information about verb or adjective or another adverb in the sentence. Clear? Very clear? Next is preposition. The word itself gives us the clear-cut idea of this part of speech. It is pre, which is already there. Pre means which is already there. Pre जो पहले से है. Pre primary school, primary के पहले का. Pre board exam, एक board exam के पहले जो practice लेते हैं, that is pre board exam. Pre means before something. Position कैसे रखा है, कहाँ पर है पोजीशन. नाउ दिस इज अ पेन. पेन कहाँ है? वेयर इज अ पेन? इट इज इन माय हैंड. द बुक इज ऑन द टेबल. द सीलिंग फैन is over my head. The ceiling fan is over my head. We sat under a tree because of the heat. We sat under a tree. So word that gives the pen is in my hand. So these are two objects. One is pen, another is my hand. What is the position? Preposition. Pen is already in my hand. When you are looking for a book, आपको एक टेक्स्ट बुक ढूंढना है, आपकी कहाँ है? You ask someone at home, Mommy, where is my book? That is on the table. So टेबल पहले से है, उस पर बुक है. सीलिंग फैन कहाँ है? It is over my head. मैं नीचे खड़ा हूँ फर्श पे, सीलिंग फैन ऊपर है, सीलिंग पे लगा हुआ. गर्मी में हम घूम रहे थे, बहुत धूप बढ़ गई. We sat under a tree. So this shows relationship between two objects. The teacher entered into the class. 5 मिनट पहले रिसेस खत्म हो गई, पीरियड चालू हो गए, एंड एज सून एज दिस पीरियड begins, the class begins, teacher enters into the classroom. इसका मतलब टीचर पहले क्लास में नहीं थे, वो शायद स्टाफ रूम में होगी, बिकॉज इट वॉज रिसेस, इट वॉज लंच ब्रेक. नाउ आफ्टर कंप्लीशन ऑफ लंच ब्रेक, when the classes start, teacher enters into the classroom. So classroom is an object, teacher is another thing. What is the relation? He was out, maybe in staff room, maybe in corridors, maybe in principal's office, maybe with parents, maybe with anything. But he was not in the class. Now he enters into the classroom. So a word that shows preposition. The word that shows relationship between two objects is called as preposition. So there are two types of prepositions. One is time preposition, another is non-time preposition. Time preposition is used to denote time. Like you might have read the boards. Dr. XYZ is available from 10 to 2. So 10 to 2 p.m. choose duration. The bus is from Yavatmal to Nagpur. So the beginning point is Yavatmal, end point is Nagpur. So first two shows time, while from Yavatmal to these two shows the end point. So there are two types of prepositions. One is time preposition, another is non-time prepositions. When we are going through in details, we will discuss about which preposition should be used at which place. Hope this is clear. Conjunction is a joining word. Conjunction is a Ram and Shyam are good friends. So this is one person, this is another person, Ram and I was about to come to the function, but I was not well. But आपने मुझे एक फंक्शन में इनवाइट किया शादी में, मैं आने वाला था उस दिन, but I was not well because of my ill health, because of my health issue, I could not come. So but and these are the words which join two words or two sentences. It may be conjunction may join two words or may join two sentences. Ram and Shyam. Two words. I was about to come to attend a function, but I was not well. मी लग्नाला येणार होतो, but मी लग्नाला येणार होतो. One sentence. खराब तब्येतीमुळे येऊ शकलो नाही. दुसरं sentence. It is joined with but. So this is conjunction, and last one is interjection. Now interjection is a word that has no literary meaning. Interjection is a word that has no literary meaning. अगर डिक्शनरी में ढूंढने जाओ तो वर्ड का मीनिंग आपको कुछ भी नहीं मिले. What is interjection then? When something happens unexpectedly. आप स्कूल में जा रहे हो, कॉलेज में जा रहे हो, ऑफिस में जा रहे हो, ये तो कोई सोच के नहीं जाता कि मैं जाऊंगा, फिर ये चौक में एक्सीडेंट होगा, फिर मैं वो एक्सीडेंट देखूंगा. ये तो एक्सपेक्टेड नहीं है ना. आई एम गोइंग टू माई स्कूल, आई एम गोइंग टू माई कॉलेज, आई एम गोइंग टू माई ऑफिस, वेयर एवर आई एम वर्किंग. अचानक कुछ गलती होती है ड्राइवर की और दो लोगों का एक्सीडेंट हो जाता है. तो व्हाट हैपन्स? अचानक कुछ होता है. दैट वॉज नॉट एक्सपेक्टेड. तो हमारे मन में कुछ इमोशंस ऑल ऑफ द सडन तैयार होते हैं. टू एक्सप्रेस दोज इमोशंस, टू एक्सप्रेस दोज इमोशंस, we utter some words. What is this? चुक 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 चुक. तकलीफ? Nothing. अरे रे, alas, नहीं यार. You are going to school and we know that I am having all the books in my bag and all of the homework is done, everything is ready, and when your teacher asks to open maths book, यार I forgot on the table. कल रात को होमवर्क किया, अरे यार. सडनली जब तक आपने बुक देखा ही नहीं है तो यू डोंट नो दैट यू हैव फॉरगॉटन इट एट होम. अचानक याद आता है. रास्ते में घूमने निकले, अचानक सांप जाता है सामने से, बापरे. अब बापरे इज नॉट, यू आर नॉट कॉलिंग फादर. बापरे में वी आर नॉट एड्रेसिंग फादर. चलते चलते पत्थर की ठेस लग जाती है पाव को, आई ग. वी आर नॉट कॉलिंग मदर, वी आर फाइंडिंग वर्बल इक्विवलेंस टू माय सडनली अरोज इमोशन्स. अचानकपणे मनात जो ज्या भावना निर्माण झाल्या त्याला शब्दरूप देण्याचा जेव्हा आपण प्रयत्न करतो, दॅट इज इंटरजेक्शन. इंटरजेक्शन इज अ वर्ड that is just verbal equivalence to your sudden emotions. कल रात मैंने एक एक्सीडेंट देखा, पेशेंट को हॉस्पिटल में एडमिट किया और आज सुबह मुझे पता चलता है कि यार वो पेशेंट नहीं बच पाया. अरे यार, बुरा हुआ. तो दिस इज इंटरजेक्शन. कि इन क्रिकेट सम टीम नीड्स 6 runs in 2 balls. 6 runs in 2 balls. The batsman hits a boundary. अब रहा एक बॉल 2 रन. 1 ball 2 runs needed. Last ball is left. The batsman tries to take a run and gets run out. So the team loses by 1 run only. वो मैच टाई भी नहीं कर पाई, 1 रन से. यार बस 1 रन. अरे यार is having no literary meaning. You are not talking to your friend. You are expressing your grief. You are expressing your dejection, and to express something, we need some words. So, interjection is nothing but a verbal equivalence to your suddenly aroused emotions. Hope all the parts of speech and their roles in sentence are clear. In next lecture, we will discuss the next part. Thank you very much.